All right, good evening, Team Integrity. We are going to jump into our call tonight on January 29th, 2018. Last Monday in January of this year. So let's go ahead. We're going to start out with shout outs and announcements. I'm really excited for the people we're going to be giving shout outs to tonight. So if someone's not on this call tonight and they got a shout out, reach out to them and let them know. But the first shout outs we're going to do is I want to give a shout out to everybody on the January Jolt who has enrollments on the board that have qualified them for this promotion. And so 5 enrollments, anywhere between 5 and 7 enrollments, you get an extra $200 this month. Anywhere between 8 and 11 enrollments, you get $500 extra this month. And then 12 or more, you get $1,000. Okay, we have people who are getting so close. So first, I want to recognize all the people who have an enrollment this January. So 1 enrollment so far. And you have the whole rest of the week to get up to 5, 8, or 12. And so we have Sarah Tucker, Shantae Runkle, Carl Engel, and Linda Livingston all have an enrollment this month. So good job, you guys. And then people on the board with 2 enrollments this month, we have Jacqueline and Calvin and Carly Champo-Carity. Am I saying that right? Champo. Well, Carly, you're awesome. Good job. And then 3 enrollments on the board. We have Amanda Pike and Rachel Neff. 4 enrollments, we have Jenny Mae Olson and Shayna Yount, and then me and Jeff. And then 5 enrollments, so these people with 5 enrollments have already snagged that first bonus, and that's Carity Maurer and Shauna Pester. And then 8 enrollments, so Joe and Summer have 8 enrollments, and they've already snagged the Tier 2 bonus, which is $500. All right, you guys, so you have this whole rest of the week to get to any of these bonus levels, but if you're running for the big bonus for the 12 enrollments, you have to have 12 enrollments on the board, 150 BV or more. You've served that many people before February 4th. Okay, so the end of this week, Sunday, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So good job. Those of you who've already snagged bonuses and you're going for the next tier, and those of you who haven't gotten it yet, you have the whole week. So reach out in the group. Let us know how we can support you with 3-way calls. But you guys, it's free shipping this week. Isn't that so incredible that Isagenix would do that to help everyone reach their goals and snag more bonuses? They're covering shipping for people up to $25 on their initial order so that they can pay us more bonus money. Take it. Take that money on the table for you guys. All right, the next group of people that I want to give shout outs to is everyone on this call. You're also in a group called Lean Body for Life. That is our product group. It is open to anyone who's interested in learning more about Isagenix, all the way through people like me who've been loving products for a decade. So there's so many different types of people in that group, but contributing and commenting and posting in that group is really important to add value to people as they're going through this journey. And so I, as an admin of that group, I have the ability to see the top 10 contributors out of 8,500 people, the top 10 contributors for that group, and 5 of them are on our team. That's a clue. Our team is awesome. All right, so top contributors to Lean Body for Life, we have Meg Sherbisman, Robert Wong, Jacqueline Powell, Carity Maurer, and the #1 contributor to Lean Body for Life, not just on our team, but in all of Lean Body for Life, is Amanda Pike. So good job, you guys. You are adding so much incredible value to that group, and that's what makes people's experiences so awesome. So next month, we'll see who are our top contributors, but that includes posts, comments, and likes. All right, so get in there and really add some value to that group. And then I want to recognize the top 10 people who are contributing to our Team Integrity business group. All right, so these are the folks who are commenting, posting, and reacting the most, circulating that energy, adding value, helping people with this financial health journey. And those top contributors are Cassie Smith, Shayna Yount, Summer Acton, Jeff Briscoe, Maddie Bond, Meg Sherbisman, Carity Maurer, Joe Lenz, Jacqueline Powell, and our #1 contributor is Lori Bren. So thank you guys so much for all that you bring to these groups, because this is where we get to build community, and it's a really incredible thing that you're doing. So we're going to jump in to this week's book club share, and I would like to bring on my amazingly hot husband. Where did he go? He is going to share our final week of talking about The Big Leap. And so Jeff is going to share a little bit about what he has gained from that book so far. And you guys, he had to wait for me to finish it so he could read it. So I know he's almost done with it because Shayna took our other copy. All right, so Jeff, can you unmute? I see you there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so you guys, I'm literally in a truck in Phoenix driving home to my parents' house in the back seat. So you kind of bear with me. Kids, we got the kids too. Okay, so big leap. I've read this book once and I'm about 3/4 of the way through now. It's amazing how different it is every time you read it. Because when you're reading it, you're just in different places in life, everything. So I thought this year, starting in January, reading this book is really the groundbreaking of everything and kind of figure out kind of with our goals and what we set for ourselves and kind of how we sabotage ourselves into not achieving those goals or achieving whatever rank or something that we want to achieve in anything that we do. And so real quick, I just want to talk about the four parts that he talks about in the book. So obviously the first one's going to be you're fundamentally flawed. Your second's going to be disloyalty and abandonment, that's an interesting one to me. And then believing that more success brings a bigger burden. And then, so you've got number 4, which is the crime of outshining. And so as we're talking about this, put in the little chat there what your barriers are that you have. Of all 4 of these, which ones do you have? Which ones are really kind of holding you back from really what you want to do? And really what's cool about this is he always talks about just because you read this book doesn't mean that we're going to solve these. They will always be there. But being aware of them and being able to understand them is key to all of it. Because you can actually pick up when you're doing something, what's going to happen. And as you're going through it, you are aware of it, and then you can kind of make changes in what you do in order to break through them. So I think it's interesting how he always says, he talks a couple of times in the book, he says, you're not ever going to solve these. This isn't a way to solve any of these. This is just being aware of them. And when you're aware of something, you can always make changes in your habits to either make them different or better. And yeah, no, it's reading through this and being able to pinpoint those things and be able to understand that just gives you even more tools to break through the barriers that you have to reach your goals, to reach your health goals, financial goals, whatever you're looking for in trying to break through all of that. So
I love it. So you can't really see the chat, Jeff, but Shayna is basically claiming that she has all of them.
and it is kind of hard to figure out which one. And I suggest, and even in here, he suggests talking to someone else, like in your circle, because they can really understand that more than you can. Because I actually had a hard time. I'm like, I don't have any of these. But then why aren't I achieving all of my goals? And why aren't I setting myself financially free? Mm-hmm. These types of things. And it's really having someone, of course, you all know Rachel's the one who told me what mine are. And it's really funny how your spouse can pinpoint them fairly well because they know you the best outside of yourself. So I suggest doing that if you've read through these and you're like, either I have all of them or I don't have any of them. Ask your spouse to really go through and kind of walk through with your spouse and figure out kind of which ones you might have. And you can work towards kind of understanding those and work towards being aware of them.
Absolutely. That actually brings up a really good point, because when I first read this book, Jeff hadn't read it yet. And I was pretty sure I knew which ones were my upper limits. And all I did, for those of you who have read it, who are doing book club with us, is when he's talking about the 4 upper limits, he gives you a 1-sentence mantra that goes along with each of these upper limits. And so sorry, I'm looking at Joe's comment. Joe says you look so tan, Jeff, even though he can't see you. He just knows you look. But this 1-sentence mantra, and I'll never forget laying in bed reading this book, and I said, hey, babe, I want to read these to you, and I want you to tell me which one you think defines me. And as soon as I read disloyalty and abandonment, he was like, yeah, that kind of sounds like you. But when I read the crime of outshining one, I mean, he was like appalled that I would even question if that wasn't mine or not. He's like, no, oh my God, that's totally you. And just the way he reacted to it validated that I was thinking that that was me, but I just was, but I was doubting myself, because who wants to admit that they have the crime of outshining? Just if you know what the crime of outshining is, it's hard for us to even admit that that's us, because we don't even want to admit that we're afraid of outshining people, because we don't like to talk about outshining people.
Really, any of us have an upper limit. A lot of us don't even want to admit that. So, asking someone else just to pinpoint it, and that could help you figure out what they are.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Oh, you did have video on that whole time. I thought you were.
It was just dark, and down here it's 7 o'clock, so it's actually dark outside.
Oh, there you are.
For once.
Perfect. All right. Well, it was good to see your face, and I'll see you tomorrow. For those who don't know, Jeff and the kids are in Phoenix this week. They get back tomorrow. It has been very quiet in my house, so it'll be good to see them again. All right. Thanks, babe. Go spend time with your family. All right, so thank you so much, Jeff, for sharing that with us. And next, I'm going to bring on my girl, Shayna, and she is going to talk to us about defining integrity and what that means to her. So, Shayna, take it away. Oh, you're muted, honey. Hold on. No, not on my end.
Am I good?
Go. You're good.
Okay. So I really was looking at like the definition, like the book definition, because I'm still a student and that's kind of what I fall back on. But basically, I just love that our team is full of integrity. Like we are so strongly aligned with our vision for serving people, for health, for freedom, like true financial and health freedom, that like we have that such strong alignment that that's where our grit kind of stems from, I feel like. So like today, I guess it kind of was brought to my attention, 3 out of the 4 calls I had canceled on me and said they weren't interested. And so normally I feel like that would kind of set me back quite a bit. But in fact, I was like, well, no, I'm still going to go and I'm still going to post and I'm still going to love on them and plug them into Lean Body and things because I need to have grit. And that stems from the fact that I believe in this so much that even those small things can't deter me anymore because it's like, this is the grit and the integrity. That's the stuff that's going to happen behind the scenes because that we have such a strong vision. And I feel like this is not just true of me. I feel like we have such a strong team. Like I looked up the definitions and one said the state of being whole and undivided. I think that's so good because I feel like our team is so whole together. Like we bring whole versions of ourselves. We do book club and personal development and we all come together. And like, I don't feel like we're coworkers. I don't feel like we're a team. I feel like honestly, we're family. Like I feel like every one of you would have my back and I hope you feel the same about me. And that makes us undivided. We are so strong in our vision together and working together and helping people reach those goals. Like, I'm just so thankful that this is the place that I am.
Absolutely. And Shayna, I love that you brought that up because it's so important that we also talk about the parts of this that are hard. Like having 3 out of 4 people cancel a phone call, it can be really discouraging, but every single person who's where you want to be in this business has been through that and still goes through that. And so for us to be open and transparent, it's going to help other people know that it's common and that it's okay. It's just part of the process of getting to where we want to be. So Shannon, thank you for sharing that and being so transparent with it. I appreciate you, girl. All right. So you guys, the next part for our team call content. Oh, wait, I lied. Upcoming team events and campaigns. This is super important too. So tomorrow we have our live event. It's going to be our last one in January. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific. I created the event earlier today. And so I'm hoping Sean Scott can make it. The reason it took so long to do it is because I was waiting to hear back from him on a time that would work. And we just needed to schedule it. So I scheduled it for 6 p.m. So hopefully Sean Scott, our regional sales manager, will be able to make it live. If not, we can share his video again. But that's going to be tomorrow. Same kind of thing. And so I will be reaching out to some of you to help to share your stories because we want this one to be, we want to be able to share as many different types of testimonies as possible because not only are we going to be able to offer these people on the call free membership, but they also get free shipping this week. You guys, this is like the double whammy. So get as many people into that group, inviting them personally, adding them to the event as possible so we can bless everybody. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, and watch for a message from me if you're going to be sharing your story. And then also, this Thursday, you saw my post in Team Integrity. Lindsay Wynea is going to be joining us for our family time. You guys, this is huge, like so huge. She is amazing. And when I asked her if she would spend some time with us, she was like, you got it, girl. Like, I'm all about this. So you're going to love her. She's super sassy, really down to earth, and like no holds. Like, she will just tell you how it is. But she's so funny. Like, I can't wait for her to share her story with you guys, because you're going to be like, oh my God, if she can build this business, anybody can. So I'm super excited for you to get to know her better. So that's Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And that will take the place of our monthly family time call. So that our family time will be with Lindsay, which is, my mind is blown at how generous these amazing top income earners in this company are. She's not financially linked. She does not benefit from anything that we do. She just wants to come hang out with us because that's how much she cares about Isagenix and helping everyone be successful. So if you have questions, go look for my post. You'll see her picture, her big, beautiful picture. Check out my post and some of the things that she's been doing. Don't rip your shirt, Joe. That it will, that we will be able to ask her tons of questions. But I want to make sure that I know really from you guys, like, what is going to be valuable for you to know from her, because she could spend 6 hours talking to us, but we have her for an hour. Okay. So go in there and comment and let me know what you'd like me to ask her. And then the other thing is that we're going to, so 11-day detox starts on Saturday the 3rd. And so what I would like to know in the chat is, based on people you've talked to, posts that you've made, approximately how many people do you have who are already customers or are becoming new customers? How many people do you have on your team who are interested in doing the 11-day detox? Just a ballpark number. Because what we're trying to figure out is, will it be beneficial for our team to have a separate Facebook community just for people doing the 11-day detox? Now, here's why we need to know numbers. If it's going to be like 5 people, and it's like one person has 5 people and it's just their 5 people in a group, that doesn't make sense. That's going to be more work for that person. But if we are rallying around as a community, and it's going to be beneficial for people to be able to create that subculture, have the extra energy, and there's going to be, like a solid little group of people doing this, then it would make sense, and we can see the benefit of that. And that's something that everyone would pour into for those 11 days. We would all commit to posting not only in Lean Body for Life, but in this 11-day detox group. Okay, so that's going to be really important. If we create this group and you add your people to it, that is you committing that you're going to be posting at least once a day to add value and coach these people, because they're also going to be getting coaching from everyone else who's posting. Okay, so that's why the community and our team comes together to would really be able to run this group. So far Joe and Summer have 7, Shayna has 4, and obviously these numbers will continue to go up throughout the week, but just to give us a ballpark. Okay. Liz may have some people. Yeah, I think those ladies would like to be in that group for sure. So Liz would probably have 4. Okay, so keep those coming. Even if you've talked to one person, or even if you are the one person, but we want to really see if this is something that would be beneficial for the team to be able to plug into. And it would just be for those 11 days. This is not something that, like, after Valentine's Day, we're still posting in. Like, no, we will probably turn off commenting or posting in the group. And then we would revisit the group when we do another 11-day detox. So that's kind of the thought behind it. Okay, so if there's no other announcements or anything, we're going to jump into team call content. So if I missed anything, please throw it in the chat. And then we will go ahead and jump into it. So tonight's team call content is productivity. How many people would love it to feel 30% more productive and energized throughout the week? That was me. So here's what we're going to do. This last week, I had the pleasure of catching a video that changed how I accomplished and achieved things in my life. So Shayna was over, and we're trying to get stuff done, and she's studying for her midterms, and I get this email. I'm subscribed to a few emails. John Maxwell is one of them. Eric Worre is another one, but also Success. It's a website, also a magazine. I'm subscribed to their email thread. And what I love about them is that they're the people who are constantly sending articles about growth and expansion and personal development. Like, it's all focused on that. And I saw this email come across, and I wasn't even supposed to be checking my email, but I saw this email come across about becoming like more productivity. And it was the 5x50 method. And so I thought, okay, it's 30 minutes. I kind of need to change it up a little bit. I'll take a look. So I took some notes, and I just opened my mind for 30 minutes, and it is literally shifting how productive and energized I am like for this last, when did we watch it, Shayna? Is that Wednesday? I don't remember. Sometime last week when Shayna was over, we watched it. And literally as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what I've been craving is structure. Like I have an hour. What do I do with that hour? Or throughout the entire day, I might have 2 hours at different times, or 3 or 4 hours at different times. How do I structure my day to get the most out of it? And that's one thing I've just never really learned how to master in network marketing, which is a little bit more of an intangible business. Okay, so as I was reviewing my notes this weekend, I wanted to decide on like the best way to share this information with you all. And I even watched the video a second time because I was feeling kind of inadequate. Like I wanted to be able to deliver this information to you, but I also didn't feel like I was the one to do it, because you all deserve the best. And you deserve to know what it will take to help you grow and be better after the call than when you hopped on the call. Okay, so that's always the goal, is we're moving towards improvement every hour, every day of our lives. So I'm going to show you all the best way to duplicate great ideas, and I'm going to push play on this video so we can watch it together. Now, I know Shane and I have already watched it. I know Joe listened to it, I think Thursday or something, but even after watching it a second time, I'm already excited about watching it a third time, because what you will learn and the ideas that he shares here, I have implemented in this last week. And even though I haven't done it perfectly, like how I would want to the first time I try anything new, it has already completely shifted how I view the time that I use. And going forward, you guys, it's just so tangible. So grab your pen and paper, write down what you can, engage in the chat, like as you're hearing things that resonate with you, like let that be where you pour your energy into. And then we're going to exchange ideas about this in about 30 minutes. Okay? So let me go ahead and share this screen, and we're going to get it underway. Can I get a thumbs up that you can see this? Perfect. Here we go.
We all struggle, but I spent the last 20 years of my life trying to figure out, how is it that some people overcome that struggle so much more easily than other people? I mean, how is it, I've wondered, that some people seem to generate so much energy within, that despite their life circumstances, where they come from, their background, their challenges, that something within them is able to keep them focused, keep them driven towards their dreams, keep them resilient when problems happen? How is it they're living a different quality of life than other people who have the same challenges, or even worse? How do they break through their comforts and find that stride in life where they feel like they're living the fully charged life, where they have these habits and these routines and these disciplines that they're running in their life, so they're getting better results and frankly living a better experience than others? Hey guys, it's Brendon Burchard, author of the New York Times bestselling book, The Motivation Manifesto, and founder of High Performance Academy, where we teach you how do you get your mind, your body, your day's activities, and your people skills all in alignment so you can perform at your best in every area of your life, your personal life, your well-being, your social relationships, as well as what you do for work or career or contribution. In this video, I'm going to share with you my famous 5x50 formula for increasing your productivity by 30% every single week while not working anymore, and while also at the same time decreasing your stress. So imagine if in 1 week you could increase your productivity, your effectiveness, your ability to perform by 30%, but you're working less and your stress is going down at the same time. Is this hyperbole? No. Fortunately, this is all based on recent performance studies, science, and it will help you understand where you're kind of ruining your life and where you're really advancing it. Now, most people think I'm going to start here when we start talking about productivity. They think about their laptop, they think about their inbox, and we'll get to that. But, you know, this is going to come second, because your inbox is nothing but a convenient organizing system of other people's agendas. We are not going to start your productivity every single day focused on your computer just yet. We got to turn that thing off, and we have to focus on your life. And so the 5x50 formula that I want to introduce to you is something that, frankly, I had to figure out in my own life for the same reasons you're probably watching this video, right? We're all very busy. You're stressed. You've got your work. You've got your career or your contributions. You've got those passions, those things that you really want to do. You've got family, you've got, mouths to feed, mortgages to pay, but you also have high ambitions in this life, People who watch our high performance work, I love you already if you're watching this because you've been dedicated to personal development, but you also know that your life story could easily go like this for a very long time, where things stay stagnant, sometimes boring. You wake up one day, you feel restless or frustrated, and you're not even sure why. You're not having some kind of midlife crisis. You're just kind of having a moment, You're trying to figure out, what is my life about now? You're trying to figure out, how can I live a little bit more joyously and peacefully? You're trying to figure out, how can I connect back with my heart, back with my humanity, back with my relationships, back in the moment so I can deepen the experience of my life and enjoy it while still advancing my life. And I think that's the modern dilemma. The modern dilemma is, how do we advance our lives forward while deepening our experience and relationship to the moment and to those around us, so that we can enjoy and experience and engage with what's in front of us, life now, but also know that we're building a future that we can be proud of, that we can take care of our kids, that we can have our dream lives, that we can know that what we've left behind is significant and important. All of that raises a very fundamental challenge. What do we do today? How do we get more out of each and every single day? And I don't just mean more productivity, type A, I accomplished 30% more tasks today, look at me. I mean, how do you get more out of life? How do you feel the fullness of life while, yes, outproducing your competition? While, yes, completing your art. While, yes, moving forward towards your dreams. Life should be an extraordinarily enjoyable experience, not just when you accomplish something, but day by day by day. The fortunate thing, that what we've learned and taught and now proven as a science at High Performance Academy, is that we can take any given person and help them do that. We can help get more sanity into your life, and we can finally figure out those little things that you can do, what we call high performance habits, that allow you to become more engaged, more energized, and more productive. So let's jump into this 5 by 50 formula. Here's all this is. I'm going to give you 5 habits that each revolve around the 50-minute mark of the day or require 50 minutes of your day. Well positioned, these 5 marks, these 5 50-minute segments will absolutely guaranteed increase your productivity each week by 30%. Now, I'm fortunate to share this with you. I've been blessed to work with, some of the highest performing people in the world, from multiple billionaires to multiple Olympians, to highly ambitious moms, to world-class entrepreneurs, to entrepreneurs who are just starting and figuring out their stuff. We all have the same challenge. How do I manage my day? How do I tactically arrange my life in a way that I can get the best of who I am out into the world and enjoy life? So number 1, the first of the 5 50s, you're going to like it. You're going to actually like 3 of them. The other 2, you won't like so much. Lots of discipline there. But this first one, you'll like. All I want you to do is, whatever you're sleeping right now, I want to increase how much you sleep by 50 minutes per night. That's your first 5 by 50. 50 minutes more of sleep. That's it. If you slept, 6.5 hours last night, then you know what? Now I want you to make sure you sleep 7 hours and 10 minutes, right? I want you to go for that 50-minute marks of more sleep. Matter of fact, make sure tonight when you go to bed, say, you know what would it require for me to get 50 more minutes of sleep? And I want you to ask this question as often as you can. How can I get 50 more minutes of sleep? Now, I know that's so basic, but we also know most of the world is not sleeping enough. And you might be one of these people who lie to yourselves, or maybe you know people who've been lying to you in the marketplace who say, oh, no, you can make it off of 4 hours of sleep. You know what, 6 hours of sleep, no problem. No, if you're sleeping 4 to 6 hours a night and that's it, you're effectively drunk the next day. And that's not my guess, that's science. Your cognitive scores, both in terms of your cognitive ability to perform in tests and on routine things, as well as handle life challenges, as well as your stress levels, all directly move around how much sleep you had last night. And I know that's so simple. And starting with that, it's easy for you to stop this video. I know it. Because you're, okay, I got that, Brendon. But you probably don't. Matter of fact, 90% of people don't have their sleep in lock. They don't have a regular routine of sleep that they're getting. And because they don't have that regular routine set up, their emotions the next day are frazzled. Their cognitive ability is frazzled. Their ability with stress is frazzled. Their ability to focus over duration of hours decreases. Matter of fact, this one bothers a lot of people, but did you know if we can increase your sleep by just another 15 minutes, then tomorrow your cognitive scores will also increase by 20%. That means we're effectively making you 20% more mentally capable of handling tomorrow. Most people are sleeping, 6.5, 7 hours, maybe, but not on a consistent basis. But if we can move you up in that 7-8 hour range, all the science, by the way, all the science proves that your ability in terms of your cognitive capabilities, as well as your motor reflexes and your memory recall, all go up. But most people, they say, Brendon, 6 hours is fine. I've been doing that for years. I'm used to it. It's not about being used to it. And some people say, well, Brendon, Navy SEALs, they can get away with, 2-3 hours of sleep and perform fine. And the reality is, no, they can't. And you're not a Navy SEAL. And if you are, you knew and you remember what it felt like when you had to do Hell Week. It was awful. I have Navy SEALs as clients. I know exactly what they go through. And I wouldn't want to go through it personally, but in hearing their testimony, hearing their description, there's a reason they call it Hell Week. Living on little to no sleep and high stress is called hell. And most people are subjugating themselves to that experience every single day. Now, to get to a point where you could possibly function at that hour of 5-6 hours of sleep on a continual basis would require tremendous amounts of performance training, tremendous amounts of supplementation, and tremendous amounts of will, desire, and social support. Most of us don't have that, and most of us don't need it. And over the long term, it doesn't work. Yes, someone can do that for a week. Yes, sometimes you've been in that situation where you just crushed it for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 5 a week, maybe 2 weeks you went on no sleep. Or maybe you're a parent and you're like, dude, I went 9 months with no sleep. I know that lots of people can do it. The human being can survive doing it, but they cannot thrive emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. And very few areas of human performance has been studied as much as sleep. We've got over 50 years of sleep science pointing to the fact if you're not getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep, then you are challenged in every possible way. How do high performers get ahead? They sleep more. Make sure 50 more minutes of sleep. Try it. Tomorrow, not only will you feel better, but if you can get that all week, 50 more minutes, all week, you'll be like, I can't believe how I feel. Those 50 minutes need to move you up to that 8-hour mark. You need to train yourself. How do you do it? Make sure in the 50 minutes prior to going to bed, no screens. That means no phone, no TV, no laptop. But Brendon, I need the TV to fall asleep. No, you don't. You've taught yourself to use the TV to fall asleep. Everything you do is conditioned. You've conditioned yourself into a habit, but we know there's other habits that could support even more performance. And that's what we teach at High Performance. What are the extra little things we can do that world-class athletes do, world-class CEOs, the highest paid, highest performing people in the world? What do? They're just doing these things, these extra little high performance habits. No screens 50 minutes before sleep at all, okay? So simple. I know you can do that. Make sure that you also expose yourself to lower lighting levels. Make it a little darker. Calm yourself down. Whatever you need to do, calm yourself down at 50 minutes before sleep. You already know what to do. It's just that people don't do it with enough discipline. Common sense is not always common practice. And that's why so many great people struggle. They kind of know what to do, or they've had a rhythm. They've done some good things in their lives, and then they start to shut down because they start compromising on basic principles. Your sleep is a basic principle. That's the first 5 by 50 in the formula. The second one you're going to love. It's difficult, but if you'll do it, everything will shift. That's what happens now after you sleep. What do you do in that first 50 minutes of the day? We call it the 50-minute power block. It's so simple. You're going to love this one. All I want you to do is get up in the morning, drink lots of water, and for 20 minutes, I want you to stretch. That's it. Get up in the morning, drink lots of water, and stretch for 20 minutes. That might mean you do a 20-minute simple yoga routine. That might mean you do basic calisthenics. For some of you, if you want to work out, if you want to do a 20-minute HIIT training, do it. That's fine too. But I want you to do something where you physically engage and then you stretch, literally stretch. Lay on the ground, stretch. Go through basic poses of stretch, whether it's in yoga or whatever way you've learned to stretch. Stretch, okay? Warm yourself up as much as you want. Do any workout that you want, but end it with a significant stretching routine. When your body is flexible and open, you're gonna crush each day. Your lungs are open, your body feels loose, that tension isn't building up day after day after day after day after day. So that first 20 minutes, I just get some water, get a workout in if you want, but stretch. So that leaves what, 30 minutes left. What are you gonna do in that 30 minutes? You are not going to do what most people do. They open up their laptop or they check their phone. Did you know we've proven in science that if you check your inbox or any social media in the first 30 to 60 minutes a day, and that's how you start every day, for 7 days, you check in your inbox or in social media in the first hour. Guess what happens to your productivity? Goes down. Guess how much? 30%. If all I did in this video said, dude, sleep a little bit more, and the first hour of your day, don't check your inbox, we've already won, and we're only on the second part of this formula. That's all I would have to say. Sleep more, don't check your inbox in the first hour of the day. Now, most people say, that's impossible, Brendon. I got emergencies. I'm very important. You don't understand. I'm an important person. And I say, yes, if you're important, then isn't it worth getting 30% more productivity out of your week? Think about that. The way to do it is not check in. Remember, when you check in to your inbox, your phone in the morning, what you're doing is you're checking in, you're giving permission, you're checking into the world's needs, the world's challenges, the world's false emergencies, and you are checking out of strategic living. You are checking out of proactivity and going into the world of reaction. Remember, your inbox is nothing but a convenient organizing system of other people's agendas. When you open up that inbox, it's what everybody else wants. It's what everybody else desires. And if you jump in there, you're reacting, you're reacting, you're reacting, you're reacting. What happens? Day after day, week after week, month after month, your life becomes a life of reaction. And people who live a life of reaction never leave a life that becomes legendary. They can't. So what do you need to do? Unless you are a customer service person and it is truly your job to reply to customer service, then I say, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're a highly ambitious person, you run a company, you've got a team, you've got to train the team. I'm not going to reply in the first hour at work. What are you going to do? Okay, we already told you what to do with 20 minutes. Workout, stretch. The next 30 minutes is strategy. On this page, you're going to see the download to what we call the one-page productivity sheet. I want you to download it. That's what you're going to do for 30 minutes. That's it. You're going to plan your day. The one-page productivity sheet.
I will post that productivity worksheet. So as he's talking about it, don't panic like you're trying to figure out what he's talking about. I don't know if you can see me, but I have it here and I have the download on my computer and I'm going to put it in the file section of the group. So just keep following along.
This sheet has been used by over 500,000 people on a daily basis. And it's profound. It's one of our most famous tools at High Performance Academy. And what you do when you download it, you'll see there's 3 rows on the sheet. Top row is your projects. What are the major projects I'm working on in my life? There's usually 3 to 5. What are the major things I would have to do to move forward in each of those major projects? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do all of those today. That just means you're starting your day strategically reminding yourself, what are the big things I'm working on again? What do I need to do to move forward again? Big picture stuff. Second row, you'll see is the people row. The people row on this download is going to teach you 2 simple things. There's 2 columns you'll see. One column is, these are the people I need to reach out to. Right? You think of like, okay, if I'm going to advance my life, who do I need to email? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to reach out to today? The other column says, who are you waiting on a decision from? Who are you waiting on a decision from? Like you're waiting on Sally to tell you, the PowerPoint's been approved, go ahead. Or maybe you're waiting on somebody to say, hey, here's this piece of information you've been needing to move ahead. But That's important. You need to understand, who do I need to reach out to today to make sure I get what I need? The bottom row is priorities. What must happen this day if I'm going to move my life forward? Absolutely must happen. Not just a to-do list, a priority list. This must happen no matter what. And you gotta have at least 3 things on there that must happen. That's your actual work for the day. Anything that's not on the sheet is reacting to the world. Everything on that sheet is what is moving your life forward. That middle row, people say, but Brendon, when the hell can I get to my email? Dude, you're freaking me out, because they're so addicted, right? When you finally do go to work at some point during the day, in terms of checking your inbox, here's how you do it. Open up your inbox, sort it. Sort it by the from column. Who sent you emails? And what are you doing? You're gonna look for those people you're waiting a decision on. Did who you need to hear from contact you? Have they sent you an email? Have they sent you a voicemail? If they haven't, you move them into that column that says, here's people I need to reach out to. Sally, I haven't got that presentation back from you. She's your first email. The people you need to reach out to, those are your first emails. See, I don't ever now at this point in my life get to the end of the day and go, oh, I forgot to email somebody. Because my first actions in the day are to email everybody I need to email. Before I reply to a single email, I've emailed everybody I need to email for the day. It keeps me on track, and it will keep you on track. That's your second 550, right? All I want you to do, it's so simple, 50 minutes in the morning. Get up, drink some water. Work out or stretch for 20 to 30 minutes if you want to, but then at least 20 minutes on the 1-page productivity sheet, thinking strategically about your day. If you'll do that, just these 2 things, sleep, get up, work out, 1-page productivity, so you're strategic about the day. We already won. You're already at 30% increased effectiveness and efficiency, productivity each day, and we can prove it by tons of data points from science, from our own what we do at High Performance Academy, which we'll invite you to at some point, to what you've seen out there in performance studies, neuroscience, positive psychology, social psychology. We know these things work. It's so simple. It's so simple. Now let's get a little more advanced. The third 550, right? The third one. First one, sleep. Second one is 1-page productivity, strategic flexibility. Third, here it is. So simple. 50-minute blocks of time. We call them block time. You need to pick each 50 minutes of your day and know what those are going to be. And you need to have those 50 minutes uninterrupted. Like, this is the time. Now, you have to do this every 50-minute block of time throughout the entire day. But I tell people, if you don't have 3 50-minute blocks of time that are blocked for work, for creative contribution, that's the time you're going to do that. Those are no meetings. This does not count meetings. This is a 50-minute block of time where you do nothing but create, do work, advance ideas. Maybe it's another 50 minutes over here. Think, create, do work, uninterrupted. That means the phone is off. You're not like doing the work, oh, I'll check my email. All alarms, alerts, maybe even your inbox is closed. All you're doing are 50-minute bouts. It's like, think about it, it's like a sprint. It's 50 minutes of genius where all you do is focus on creating things. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Block time. Every day it's got to be on there. 1, 2, or 3 blocks. The more creative and effective you get in your life, the more blocks those should happen. Great writers take significant blocks of times, right? 50 minutes, 50 minutes, 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Now the fourth secret here is telling you, well, why only 50 minutes, Brendon? Why not 60 or 90-minute blocks of time? Because that's the fourth secret. Every 50 minutes, I want you to stop whatever you're doing. I want you to stand up. I want you to get some water, and I want you to stretch. Or do something that opens up your body. For some people, they'll do some Qigong or Tai Chi. Some people, they'll just stand. They'll close their eyes. They'll bounce in place and breathe in deeply. Some people, they'll stand up. They'll go for a walk around the building, a walk around the block, a walk around the house, a walk around the office. They'll stand up. They'll pick up the cat. They'll pet the cat for 10 minutes. I don't care what you do. You're absolutely to do whatever you want to do. But I need to make sure that you take a break every 50 minutes. We've proven in high performance studies, it's so simple. Listen to this. If you take a break every 50 minutes, you become more effective, more creative, more lighthearted in terms of less stress throughout the day. And yes, You get more done. It's so simple. The mind doesn't work really great over 90-minute periods of time, right? It just doesn't. It needs a break, right? It really needs a break. So when do you give it? Some people say, I'll do it 90 minutes. Some people do it 75, some do 60. Here's what I want you to do. Take out your phone next time you sit your butt down. Set a timer on it for 15 minutes. See, I know when I'm working, like if I'm going to do any creative endeavor, or whether it's writing or replying to email, if that's the block time, your email can be block time. My email is block time. There's a 50-minute block or two during the day, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm doing email. That's all I'm doing. Boom, crushing through emails for 50 minutes, right? No distractions, not doing anything else, not doing email and then Twitter. No, all I'm doing is that block of time. Boom, just add it. That's what I want you to teach yourself to do. Set that timer, sit down, work uninterrupted for 50 minutes, doing whatever it is, whether it's on the computer, it's painting, it's art, it's crafting something at the whiteboard. That buzzer goes off. Get up, water, stretch. It can be as simple as a 2 to 3 minute stretch. Sit back down and go at it. If you're really on a roll, you don't lose ideas. Also, don't get up and now take 15 minutes messing around over here, messing around, just doing a bunch of dumb stuff. It doesn't give you license to do distraction. It gives you license to get up, hydrate, move around your body, stretch. When you sit back down, your body be open, and so will your mind. So the fourth thing, all I want you to do is set your timer on your phone every 50 minutes, get up and move around. I know it's so basic, but remember, common sense is not common practice. Too many people are sitting for 2 hours and they go, I feel horrible and I feel tired. I don't know what's going on. I must need a Starbucks. You don't need a Starbucks. You need to get your butt up at that last 50-minute demarcation line and move. Get some energy in your body. Get some oxygen in your lungs and in your brain. You'll feel much better. It will renew you throughout the day, these 50-minute things. People are like, how do you have so much energy, dude? Well, I have so much energy because I'm constantly every 15 minutes re-energizing myself. And I know you can do the same. Okay, last one. I love this one. The fifth piece here. So simple. I need you to take a 50-minute renewal in the day as well. What do I mean by that? 50 minutes of time during the day you need to renew. That means different things for people, but they need to be significant, a chunk of time, 50 minutes. Now you can break it up if you want. Some people break it up and here's what they'll do. They'll do it, and this is what I recommend. They'll do a 30-minute walk, maybe it's in the middle of the afternoon or at the end of the day. And they'll do a 20-minute meditation, right? 20-minute meditation. That's what I'm going to recommend that you do here. Okay, that's only 50 minutes at a time each day. It's just based on renewal. And what I want you to do is do exactly that. 30 minutes every day, go for a walk. I don't care where it is. Can it be in the middle of the afternoon? Can it be the end of the day? I highly recommend, if you've never tried it, at the end of the day, try it. When you come home, even maybe before you walk in the house, if you're really stressed out, just put your stuff in the car, lock it, go on a walk for 30 minutes. Come back, grab the stuff, go in the house. You'll find yourself so much more mentally clear, so much more present, so much more relieved from stress. And then the second thing I want you to do is find a point during the day, 20 minutes of meditation. That's it. Maybe it's at the end of one of your 50-minute focus blocks where you just go, you know what, it's been pretty intense now. And all I want you to do, it's so simple. If you've never done a meditation before, try the release meditation technique. You can see it from me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I think we've now taught over 1 million people to meditate in the release meditation technique. All it is, close your eyes, sit up dignified, take a few nice deep breaths in, and then repeat this mantra to yourself. And the mantra is the word release. So you'd close your eyes, you'd say, release, 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 release. You take the mantra inward, you'd repeat the word release on that similar rhythm in your mind with your eyes closed, and just do that for 20 minutes. That's it. Now you might have another meditative practice, do that. Maybe someone said, just close your eyes and focus on your breath for 20 minutes. I'm like, go for it. I found the release meditation out of all the meditations I've tried. For me personally, it's been the most powerful because that signifies for me, release the tension in my body and release any thoughts that come up. Even though lots of thoughts come up, I just notice that they're there and I let them go. I don't follow them down the foxhole. I just let them go. I'm like, oh wow, look, I'm thinking about gravy. Let it go. Oh wow, I'm thinking about my family. Cool, let it go. I observe the thought and I let it go, and I come back to the word release. That's all I do for 20 minutes. So that's it. That's the last of the 5 by 50. It's 50 minutes built in each day renewal. My recommendation to you is it's a 30-minute walk at some point during that day. If you want, it could be a 30-minute workout, but I would say the workout it is wonderful. I want you to find another time to do the workout. I prefer the renewal to be a casual stroll where you're just calming yourself down. Maybe it's a jog if that's what you want to do, but here's the thing. It's 30 minutes outside. 30 minutes outside. Then the 20-minute meditation can be wherever you want. That's it. So this is the 5 by 50 formula. It's very, very simple. 1, get 50 more minutes of sleep tomorrow. 2, very simple. The power block, the 50-minute power block in the morning where you're 20 minutes of just water stretching and then 30 minutes of your one-page productivity. Then 50-minute block times. Find 1, 2, or 3 block times where that's scheduled, where you are doing uninterrupted, doing absolutely nothing but a focused task. 50 minutes. At the end of that 50 minutes, that moves to the 4th tip. At the end of that 50 minutes, get up, get some water, stretch. It could be 1, 2 minutes, could be 10-minute break. I don't care what it is. Could be a 20-minute meditation then, doesn't matter. Come back, get back at it. 50-minute blocks of time. We call it block time. And then the last thing, it's so simple. It's just that renewal. 30 minutes somewhere for a walk, 20 minutes for meditation. I hope you'll give these a try. Now, I know if any of these sound common sense, you're like, yeah, I've done some of those, Brendon. I'm like, cool. Have you ever done all 5 every day for a week? That's the challenge. What I'd like you to do is actually try it tomorrow or today, and then come back to this page and just post how it feels down below this video. Just share the story. I think you'll hear a lot of people saying, holy crap, that one day just changed my life. And I can't tell you, I've been blessed to teach millions of people around the world at High Performance Academy and in our High Performance Academy Master's Course and Video Series. Simple things like this that radically transform their life. And if it sounds common sense, then make it common practice.
Okay. Brendon, good work, sir. Got your point across. All right, you guys. So for the last few minutes of this, I definitely want to hear some of the major takeaways, but we talked a lot about it in the chat. And so we'll keep it to just a couple of minutes because I want to honor the 50 minutes. We've now been on this call for 54. And so I know that we've changed it up and we're doing different things and hearing from different people, and that's exciting, but I want to make sure that we're being really cognizant of our time, and I want to honor the 50 minutes. So what are some of the things, and if you put it in the chat, it's fair game. So sorry, I might call you out. But what are some of the things that you, of the 5, which are you already doing, most excited about, or kind of freaks you out? Any of those 3 reactions. I'm going to put this on grid view so we can see all your pretty faces. Shayna's already getting enough sleep. Working on all the rest of them. Good job, hon. Good way to be transparent. Go ahead and unmute yourselves, guys, if you want to share. So which are you already doing, if any? Which are you working on, and are there any of them that kind of freak you out?
Hey, you guys. I think the one that kind of resonates with me the most is actually the action plan. That's big for me. If I make a list, I can check things off, or I can put people in columns and really organize my time, I get a ton done. So I'm excited about just that organizational piece. Of course, I'm excited about 15 minutes more sleep. We just canceled all of our TV programming and stuff. Hold on, Joe's coming and he doesn't realize I'm unmuted. So you don't know what you're going to hear. But I'm already getting 15 minutes more sleep. And this last 3 days of us doing that, because I was one that thought that I needed the TV on to fall asleep, and I don't, and it's been really awesome. So
Good.
It's going to be, I need all the sleep I can get.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. I'll tell you guys, for me, I was most excited about getting more sleep, but it kind of freaks me out to not work up until the time it's time to go to bed. And I know that that's like this hustler's mentality. I don't want to be that person that burns out every 3 weeks. So what I love about him is he just gives you permission to get more done in less time. And it sounds like it shouldn't work that way, but it does, as long as the time that you're using is actually time that's productive. And I know that that's been the thing I feel the most convicted about, is I know I'm not as productive. So I can have it all. I can get all my work done, spend all the time with my family that I want, work out, get enough sleep. I actually can do everything. I just have to start creating better habits. So I would say the one I'm the most excited about is probably the renewal one, just like middle of the day, get up, like I have permission in the middle of a work day, right? Because I'm still in like employee mindset sometimes, where it's like, if the sun's out, I'm working. No, well, the sun's never out, so that doesn't matter. But I like the idea that, and Jeff and I talked about this, we're going to do this with our kids, where there's a block of time during the day where everyone stops what they're doing and we go outside for 30 minutes together, whatever that looks like. And we stretch with the kids. The kids will totally like stretch and work out with us. We'd have dance parties in our living room every night, but we can do that after we do a walk, and we're all drinking a bunch of water, and we're going to make it a family thing. So I'm excited about that one. But the no screens 50 minutes before bed and the no screens until 50 minutes after you wake up, I'm so excited, but it also freaks me out because I just built some really bad habits. So that's what it is for me. Let's see. No screens will kill Calvin. Well, sorry, Calvin. It was nice knowing you, but screens got to go. All right. Jacqueline said she's most excited about being told not to check email and messages in the morning. Good. Yes, we give you permission. We liberate you from that. She's already sleeping. Maybe needs to sleep less. Self-admit. 50-minute chunks might be hard. She tends to have several 20-minute chunks instead of just because she's trying to squeeze into the pockets of her day still. Good at getting up and moving around. Yes, especially while you're pregnant, your body tells you loud and clear that when it's time to move up or get up and move around. Let's see. Shayna struggles with daily planning in the morning and don't know what I would do during my power blocks. Like your first 50 minutes of the day, Shayna? Is that what you're talking about? She says she seems very unorganized and doesn't set limits for herself. She does school every day, but if her business is good, that is more important than everything else. I have no balance, quite frankly. You'll get there, girl. Shayna's also someone who doesn't give herself a lot of grace because she is a nursing student and she's doing midterms right now. But she just wants to be able to do it all. So sorry, Shayna, I just called you out. But yeah, Calvin, we love you, but no screens at nighttime. It's going to help your productivity. And then your wife won't have to go back to work after maternity leave. So there's your motivation. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off on this call for tonight, but this is going to be great. Great dialogue and great content for us to be sharing in the group. So even for those who weren't able to make it on the call tonight, I know a bunch of people, like Amanda is finishing up her birthing class, and we just have a bunch of people doing a lot of little things. But right now, you have the tools that you need. So this video I actually posted in the group earlier in the week. I will add this document that he was talking about. I'll add that to the file section so we have it. And then I want to hear how this is going for you guys, because this is something Jeff and I are going to implement as a family when they get back tomorrow. And I would love to hear how it's going for you. Even if you just choose one habit to implement at a time, because I try to do all of them. And when I failed at one, it just, whatever. So pick one. And like you said, sleep. Start with sleep. Once you get your sleep down, then do your morning power block. Like start with those. Okay. All right, you guys. Love you so much. Have a good rest of your night.